I'm TheTrevorTurtle, and welcome to Gaming News. Today, we have a lot in the news. I'm thinking about making this a weekly show, probably releasing it on the same day every week. Not sure what day, probably Mondays. Mondays sound pretty good. Let's release them every Monday, so I have the weekend to record them and edit them and everything, and ooh, that'll be great. So, this week, we've got a lot in the news, but I've organized it all so I can do it without being a complete disaster and mess for once. First off, if you're new here, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Every week we'll be doing gaming news. I've been a bit all over the place with it, but for once we'll be doing it every week, same day, so you can come get your gaming news and be aware of what is going on in the world of gaming. Yeah. Alright, so first off, if you are also new here, you'll know that this month I am currently trying to raise money for the Phoenix Children's Hospital. Please click on the link in the description below. It should say donate to Phoenix Children's Hospital Extra Life or Extra Life Phoenix Children's Hospital, whatever I worded it as. And you can donate as little as $1, as much as you want, to support the amazing kids at Phoenix Children's Hospital. Thank you. Everything would be appreciated. All of that goes to charity. Just so you know, all of it. Just trying to do good for the month of December. If that doesn't interest you, maybe you're into games. The Yogscast are currently doing their annual Jingle Jam for December, where you can pay $30 and you can get a whole bunch of games. You can pay less than $30, but you won't unlock the $30 games. Just check out like the humblebundle.com or something like that and look up the Yogscast or something, or go to their streams on Twitch and you'll be able to access that and support a variety of charities, all amazing charities, and help them reach a goal of like millions of dollars. They're already over $1 million. With that being said, we jump into our first bit of gaming news. Halo Reach. Halo Reach came out on PC the other day, a couple days ago actually. And in the first day, it became the third biggest game on Steam, on the Steam platform. It was behind CSGO and Dota 2, two free-to-play, really big games. I'm not sure if Halo Reach actually costs money, but it's ahead of games like Destiny 2, which is kind of like a really similar game to Halo, in a way. But it has hundreds, thousands of players, I guess. It's already ahead of those games in like the first few days of launch. Tons of people playing it. So if you haven't already, go check it out, I guess. I haven't played it. Kind of not a Halo guy, in my opinion. Another thing being talked about is the state of Xbox One in 2019. And when you think of that, you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? Well, there's this article here that by Kotaku. Didn't stop my recording from my last video, I just realized. But this article basically talks about the state of the Xbox One. And now it's not talking about like its performance or anything much. It's mostly talking about I think it talks a lot about how there's all these different Xboxes that you can choose from and everything. There's not a lot of like games that are exclusive to Xbox, whereas PlayStation, you have like a lot of PlayStation exclusive Xboxes and that exclusive of games and stuff, which kind of helps in selling it, because when you have two consoles, a lot of the times I don't think what decides it is the specs of it, the console, as much as like what games are going to be on the console, where your friends are going, and the price, and just stuff like that, because it's competitive stuff. The other thing with Xbox that I talked about is this idea that they're transitioning into all of this stuff where you have to buy tons of game passes and everything. So like you can get an Xbox Live Gold membership to play with people online. You can buy a Game Pass to get access to like tons and tons of games, which is pretty cool, but it's kind of like expensive to get access to. But the games you get are like, they're all expensive games, so like, it's kind of worth it. Then you can also buy another pass that actually gets you, I think, all the games on like Windows or whatever. Like some of them you can get with the Game Pass and play on both. Some of them you need like this Game Pass. And there's like another membership that gets you like all three. And it's just like tons of these digital memberships that they're just putting on out there to make money and do all this stuff. So I think that's kind of what this was referring to. But then we go to our next news. Alright, a Twitch streamer named Giantwaffle has broken the record for the amount of hours streamed on Twitch in a month. In 1 month, he streamed a total of 570 hours, breaking the record. And this was a total of 19 hours a day. I believe he was actually asked about this idea of like why he was doing it and if he thought it was like kind of like a safe thing to be doing and putting out there for people to see and everything. I think he basically talks about how it's kind of like an unhealthy behavior to go out there and do all this. Because if you think about it, 19 hours a day, that means you're only getting about 5 hours of sleep a day, which is not a lot of sleep, and it's not good for you to get that little sleep. You need like a good amount of sleep to get some sleep at night. But you should be doing other things during the day, because that means you're waking up in the morning, you're sitting down, you're playing video games, you get up, go to bed, back to video games, and that's all you're doing, which is kind of like an unhealthy thing. I get it if you do like a one night, like 24-hour marathon stream, but when you're doing this like every day, and it's not 24 hours, but it's a huge amount of time, 20 hours about, it's still pretty insane and kind of unhealthy. This is why they have the video game addiction thing. Except not really. This is for people who don't like get up to go to the bathroom. I'm sure he got up to go to the bathroom. I hope he did. Alright, our next news comes from a priest. A priest? Why am I talking about a priest? Well, a priest decided to create a Minecraft server. Now, this Minecraft server was meant to be an escape for all of you lovely players who want to go out there, create a community, don't want any toxicity, except Minecraft is like one of the least toxic games, in my opinion. Like, there are so many more toxic games to choose from. Overwatch, Siege, literally any first-person shooter. Those are pretty toxic communities half the time. Minecraft is pretty peaceful. If you watch, most of the time you'll be able to see, like, people, if there's griefing allowed or whatever, sometimes people will go out and create little towns and stuff. They'll find a way. Minecraft is actually a pretty chill game and community. But this priest, he wanted to create a Minecraft server, the Vatican Minecraft server, which failed because trolls decided to DDoS the server. Which, I mean, it kind of got defeated by the thing it sought to destroy. It sought to destroy toxicity, and it just got destroyed by trolls. So, sucks for them. They attracted all the toxicity. The rest of the Minecraft world is perfectly fine, guys. They're perfectly fine. They're not experiencing any toxicity. But on to the next news. You may have heard a lot about this, the new YouTube policy. This policy is regarding like violent video game content, which I believe basically what it's trying to say is it's not going to be age restricted as long as it's not brutal and graphic. If it's brutal and graphic, like Mortal Kombat, like ripping people apart, then it's going to get age restricted. Which does mean you can do stuff like swearing and stuff. And that's okay, I guess. Like, it's not that bad. And a lot of people kind of criticized it because I think a lot of people don't understand what it's trying to say. From my understanding, it's trying to say that you're allowed to make content that depicts violence in video games because it's not real violence. But if it's too real, if it's too gory and graphic, then it will get age restricted. Which makes sense, because there are some games that are extremely graphic. I mean, I don't consider Call of Duty extremely graphic. But I think Mortal Kombat with like ripping limbs off can be seen as graphic. Although I don't think it's going to scar someone to watch it. But it could. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know that. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad policy, but then again, it's YouTube, so who knows? It's probably going to be like a complete disaster. In the other news, Apex Legends put out a new update, and in this update, they left a note about a future update. Apex Legends promised to to nerf the Peacekeeper, the powerful shotgun in the game. Apparently it's so powerful that everybody wants it nerfed because everybody uses it and everything. I remember I literally saw the shotgun and everything, and I think I used it like one game, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the best gun in the game. I was like, this is it, I already found it. But I've got a quote here. They said, "We've heard feedback loud and clear that the Peacekeeper is still feeling too powerful after latest changes. We are working hard to push out more tweaks to address it ASAP, and we'll post details on timing and what those changes will be soon." Basically, they've tried to nerf it, and it hasn't been enough, so we're going to try and nerf it again, and we're going to figure it out and see if we can make it less powerful. Because I guess it's too powerful. It's just too much. Another change that they've added to Apex Legends is they've changed it from 100 levels to 400 levels. So 100 levels, I think, is kind of like that typical idea that you're supposed to shoot for level 100 because it's like a nice even number or whatever. And I don't know why I said they made it to 400 levels. They added 400 levels, so now max is 500. But I think the typical idea is that 100 is like the max, and like most things like Fortnite, and then they just went like, nah, let's give them more, let's get more people playing and everything. So they bumped it up to 500. You're gonna have to play a lot to get there, I think. I don't know, I don't play Apex Legends, I don't know how easy it is to rank up. And for our final in the news, I got something about Diablo. So, legendaries, or not legendaries, but I believe they're ancient legendaries have been removed. So ancient legendaries were like this really, really rare piece of equipment that you could get. I think they were like more, but they're removing them, and they're trying to change the way in which Diablo 4 players play. Because typically when you play, you're like run around and you're like, oh my god, the stats on this sword. Ooh, the stats on that like, chest piece is so good, I want to use it. Oh, it's going to boost my DPS really high, let's use it. Instead, the Diablo 4 developers have said that they want everyone to focus on all aspects of the gameplay, so I want you to focus on your skill tree, the like specifics of your character, the specs of your character, the specs of gear and everything. They want you to be able to take all of that together and put it together strategically in the way you play, not just focusing on let's try and get some really good drops and really good gear. With that being said, they are replacing ancient legendaries with legendary powers. These are basically dropped and then you can attach them to any piece of gear. So instead of being, it's kind of neat because you get to find this cool legendary power, and then instead of getting stuck with like a really bad weapon, you could put this power on a really good weapon. So that way you're not stuck with like a sucky legendary. Instead you can make something really good with this legendary power. So yeah, that's basically all the news we have in gaming news today. Make sure to subscribe for your gaming news every Monday. Let's see how long it takes me to forget to record gaming news and break this rule already. I'm guessing very soon. So yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to join the Turtle Army. Check out the description for the Extra Life donations for Phoenix Children's Hospital if you're interested in helping the wonderful and amazing children there. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, my friends.